Hey guys, welcome back to the Root Hack Podcast. I'm your host, Rushain. As always, I am thrilled to have you listening to this episode. I warmly welcome you to the episode number 20, the final episode of the first season of the Root Hack Podcast. Yes, that's right. This will be the final episode of the first season, and more on this later at the end of the episode, okay? So before we get into the main event, I would like to take a moment to share two important things with you right now. Firstly, you must check out the Mindful Doubt weekly newsletter, which is written based off of the topics we discuss here on the podcast. The newsletter will continue every week as it was originally intended. We passed 360 subscriber mark this week, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you who subscribed. I'm a huge advocate for reading and writing, so I'm really happy when people subscribe and listen up to consume my work, whether it's the podcast, a blog, or the newsletter. Hours and hours of reading and thorough research goes into every single episode I make and every single blog I write. So thank you so much for spending your valuable time to read the shit I write and to listen to the stuff I have to say. It means a lot and I cannot stress that enough. Alright, so the link to the newsletter will be in the description. Click the link and subscribe to the newsletter using your LinkedIn account so you will be notified when the newsletter comes out every week. I post the newsletter with the hopes of helping you to show a path to a breakthrough in your life. I promise you there will be some amazing topics that is going to help you immensely. And this podcast was put together for the same reason. You can find the Root Hack Podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and other major podcast platforms. Search for Root Hack Podcast on any platform I mentioned, and you should be able to easily find the podcast. Do me a favor and hit subscribe while you are there so you won't miss out on our future episodes. Alright, that's pretty much it for now. Now let's get into the main event. As the final topic for this season, I chose an area which I believe is often undiscussed. I want to shed some light onto this area of our lives because I believe we have all experienced this time to time. And that is loneliness and isolation. Loneliness and isolation can be tough to grapple with. We all know that feeling of being disconnected, whether physically or emotionally, from the world around us. It can weigh heavily on our hearts and minds, affecting our well-being in profound ways. I believe we need to open up the conversation and provide support for those who might be feeling alone in their struggles. You see, it's crucial to acknowledge that loneliness and isolation are not just fleeting emotions. They can have a significant impact on your mental and physical health. So whether you are listening to this episode because you are currently facing loneliness and isolation, or you simply want to learn more to help someone in your life, I'm so fucking glad you're here. I want you to know that you are not alone in this journey. We are in this shit together. I want you to know that there is hope on the horizon. So grab your favorite drink, move to your favorite cozy spot, and let's navigate the depths of coping with loneliness and isolation. Let's go. Alright, first of all, we need to establish a clear understanding of what loneliness and isolation truly mean. Loneliness is a universal human emotion that arises when you feel a sense of disconnection or lack of companionship. It is that ache in your heart, that longing for meaningful connection with another person. It is important to note that loneliness can be experienced even when you are surrounded by thousands of people, as it is more about the quality of your connections rather than the quantity itself. On the other hand, Isolation is a physical or emotional state of being alone or cut off from others. It is that feeling of being separated or disconnected from the world around you. Isolation can manifest in different ways, whether you are physically isolated due to geographic distance or circumstances, which I believe all of us have experienced thanks to COVID-19, or you will be isolated emotionally within your own communities. Now let's distinguish between the two concepts. Loneliness is primarily an emotional experience, while isolation can be both emotional and physical. Loneliness is that inner void you feel, while isolation reflects your external circumstances and lack of social interactions. It is crucial to understand that loneliness and isolation can coexist, but they can also exist independently. You might find yourself in the midst of a bustling crowd, yet feeling utterly alone, or you may be physically separated from others but feel content and connected within yourself. So why the heck do you experience these feelings in the first place? I'm so glad you asked. Well, there are numerous potential causes. Sometimes it's due to a major life transitions like moving to a new city or a country. Sometimes the loss of a loved one or the end of a significant relationship. Other times it can stem from a lack of support from the society. Feeling misunderstood or rejected or struggling with mental health challenges. In our modern society, technology plays a huge role in contributing to feelings of isolation. Paradoxically, despite being more connected than ever through social media and digital platforms, you can still feel disconnected on a deeper level, missing out on meaningful face-to-face interactions. Then, external factors like work-related stress, demanding schedules, and societal pressures can further exacerbate feelings of loneliness and isolation. These factors can make it challenging to prioritize self-care, forge new relationships, or maintain the existing ones. It is important to understand that everyone's experience with loneliness and isolation is so unique. The causes may vary, and the depth of these feelings can differ from person to person. So you are a fool if you think every person should be treated equally. Now let's talk about what happens when you are lonely and isolated. When you lack meaningful connections and support systems, it can lead to feelings of sadness, anxiety, and even depression at its extreme. Your mind craves social interaction, and when you are deprived of it, it can lead to a downward spiral of negative emotions. Prolonged loneliness and isolation can increase the risk of developing mental health disorders. Studies have shown that individuals who experience chronic loneliness are more susceptible to conditions like depression, anxiety disorders, and substance abuse. It is a serious matter that demands your attention and care. But the impact does not stop there. Your physical health can also be affected by these symptoms. Research has revealed that these experiences can weaken your immune system, making you more vulnerable to illnesses. It is as if your body responds to the absence of social connections by compromising your defenses. The stress caused by prolonged loneliness and isolation can increase the risk of developing cardiovascular problems. It can elevate blood pressure, contribute to inflammation, and even impact your sleep patterns. It is astonishing to realize the interconnection of your mental and physical well-being. Now let's zoom out and explore the societal implications. These issues are far more prevalent than you may realize. In today's fast-paced, digitally driven world, many of us experience a sense of disconnection despite the apparent connectivity around us. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, the prevalence of loneliness has been on the rise in the recent years. In fact, they found that loneliness has doubled among adults in the United States over the past few decades. These statistics highlight the urgency of addressing this societal concern. The impact of loneliness and isolation is not limited to individuals alone. It extends to communities and society as a whole. When large segments of the population experience these feelings, it can lead to decreased social cohesion, strained relationships, and reduced overall well-being. Societal norms and cultural factors contribute to feelings of isolation. Certain groups may face increased risks due to systematic factors such as discrimination, stigma, or marginalization. It is essential that you recognize and address these societal barriers to foster a more inclusive and connected world. Research has shed light on the detrimental effects of loneliness and isolation, but it has also highlighted the power of human connection. Studies consistently show that strong social support systems and meaningful relationships are crucial for our well-being. Loneliness and isolation come with a whirlwind of emotions. It is essential to acknowledge and experience these feelings as they provide you with valuable insights into your own experiences and the experiences of others. Some common emotions associated with loneliness include a deep longing for connection, a sense of emptiness, and even a fear of being forgotten or unimportant. When you feel isolated, you might experience a mix of emotions as well. It could be a sense of detachment, feeling like an outsider, or that your experiences are not understood or valued. You might feel invisible, unheard, or even invisible in your own community. But it's crucial to remember that these feelings are not permanent. They ebb and flow, and it is normal to experience them at different times in our lives. By shining light on these emotions, you can begin to unravel the complexity of your experiences and work towards finding a path forward. Now, I want to encourage each and every one of you to reflect on your own experiences with loneliness and isolation. Take a moment to think about the moments in your life where you felt disconnected or alone. What were the circumstances? How did it make you feel? Did it impact your relationships and your overall well-being? As you ask these questions and reflect on your own experiences, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the challenges you have personally faced. It allows you to empathize with others who may be going through similar situations. Sharing your stories can be a powerful way to foster connections and support in this context. It is important to note that personal experiences with loneliness and isolation can vary greatly from one person to another. Each story is unique, influenced by factors such as culture, upbringing, and individual circumstances. When you acknowledge and embrace your own narratives, you can contribute to a more compassionate and inclusive dialogue surrounding these issues. Together, we can break the barriers of silence and stigma. By sharing our experiences and listening to one another, we can create a safe space for vulnerability and healing. Your story matters, and your voice deserves to be heard. Don't ever forget that. So guys, I invite you to take a moment today to reflect on your own experiences. Write it in your journal, talk to a trusted friend or two, or simply sit in quiet contemplation. This is a journey of self-discovery and growth, and it is not an easy one by any means. And next, we are going to discuss practical tips and techniques to help you navigate through the challenges of loneliness and isolation. The first coping strategy I want to introduce is self-care. Taking care of yourself is crucial, and I have mentioned this point repetitively over the course of the podcast. Self-care is about nourishing your body, your mind, and your soul. Engage in activities that bring you true joy, whether it's reading a book, going for a walk in the nature, or indulging in a hobby you love. Prioritize self-care as an act of self-compassion. Another effective coping strategy is establishing a routine. Creating structure in your day can help provide a sense of stability and purpose. Set small goals and tasks to accomplish each day, and celebrate even the smallest victories. Having a routine can give you something to look forward to and provide a sense of accomplishment. Foster meaningful connections by engaging in conversations, attending social events, or volunteering for causes you actually give a fuck about. Human connection is a powerful antidote to loneliness. One coping technique that can be particularly helpful is practicing mindfulness and meditation. Take time each day to sit in stillness, focusing on your breath and allowing thoughts to come and go without judgment. Mindfulness can help you become more present and aware of your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to cultivate a greater sense of peace and acceptance. This next strategy personally works for me and I vouch for it, and that is to engage in creative outlets. Express yourself through art, music, writing, or any other form of creativity that resonates with you. These outlets provide a channel for self-expression and can serve as a cathartic release for emotions that may be difficult to put into words. Along with that, I recommend you to consider exploring new hobbies. Engage in activities that pique your curiosity, which will help you discover new passions, meet new people, and expand your horizons. Whether it is joining a book club, taking up a new sport, or learning an instrument, these activities can enrich your life and provide a sense of purpose. Okay, this one is going to rhyme. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude by regularly acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of your life. It can be as simple as keeping a journal where you write down at least 3 things you are grateful for each day, because focusing on the good can shift your perspective and uplift your spirit. Consider these coping strategies as tools in your toolbox. You can tailor them to suit your unique needs and preferences. Experiment and see what works for you, and be gentle with yourself throughout the process. I want to share this very important and underrated strategy. That is, while loneliness and isolation can be incredibly challenging, there is immense beauty and growth to be found in moments of solitude and alone time. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about the benefits and discover ways to make the most of these precious moments. First, let's talk about the benefits of solitude. Solitude provides an opportunity for self-reflection and introspection. It allows you to reconnect with yourself, listen to your inner voice, and gain clarity about your values, goals, and aspirations. It is a time for self-discovery and personal growth. Here's another great benefit. Solitude can also foster creativity. When you are alone, with no distractions, your mind has space to wander, to dream, and to explore new ideas. Many artists, writers, and innovators have credited moments of solitude as the wellspring of their inspiration. It is in these quiet moments that your deepest insights and original thoughts can emerge. So how can you make the most of your solitary moments? Well, one suggestion is to engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. It could be reading a book that transports you to another world, engaging in a creative project like painting or writing, or simply enjoying a walk in nature. Embrace these little moments as opportunities to indulge in activities that ignite your passion. Another practice to embrace during solitude is journaling. Grab a pen and paper, or open up a digital journal and let your thoughts flow freely. Write about your experiences, your emotions, and your aspirations. Write it freely, straight from your heart. Have no filter at all. Journaling provides a safe space for self-expression, allowing you to gain insights into your own thoughts and emotions. This shit is so powerful, and you will see the results as you consistently journal for a considerable amount of time. Here's another activity you can do during your alone time. Meditation. Mindfulness that supercharges with meditation is a powerful practice that can deepen your connection with yourself during moments of solitude. This practice can help you cultivate a sense of inner calm, reduce stress, and gain a greater understanding of your own mind. Embracing solitude also presents an opportunity to engage in self-care practices. Take this time to pamper yourself, whether it's through a relaxing bath, a soothing skincare routine, hitting the gym, or indulging in your favorite hobbies. Treat yourself with love and kindness, knowing that self-care is a vital part of nurturing your well-being. You can also use this time to dive into a subject you have always been curious about. Learn a new skill or deepen your knowledge in a field that fascinates you. Engaging in these activities not only promotes personal growth but also helps to build confidence and a sense of purpose. Lastly, remember that embracing solitude does not mean cutting yourself off from the world entirely. It is about finding a balance between solitary moments and meaningful connections with others. Allow yourself to enjoy solitude while still nurturing your relationships and social connections. Embrace the beauty of solitude, finding solace and inspiration within your own company. You are your own sanctuary, and these moments of solitude can be transformative. Finally, we are going to discuss common barriers we face that hinder us from connections. One common barrier to connection is social anxiety. Many people experience nervousness or fear in social situations, making it difficult to engage with others. If you find yourself grappling with social anxiety, know that you are not alone. It is important to recognize that these feelings are valid and that there are ways to overcome them. Let me give you some strategies. One strategy for overcoming social anxiety is to start small. Begin by pushing your comfort zone gently. Engage in low-pressure societal interactions, such as joining a small group activity or attending a casual gathering with trusted friends. And gradually expose yourself to more social situations, allowing yourself to become more comfortable and confident over time. Another helpful approach is to practice positive self-talk and reframing negative thoughts. Challenge the negative beliefs and self-doubts that may be holding you back from connecting with others. Remind yourself of your strengths and focus on the potential positive outcomes of engaging in social interactions. For those who identify as introverts, connecting with others can sometimes feel overwhelming. It is important to honor your need for solitude and recharge time, but also recognize the value of meaningful connections. One strategy is to seek out smaller, intimate gatherings or one-on-one interactions that align with your preference for deeper connections. Also, find common ground in shared interests and activities. Engaging in hobbies or joining groups centered around your passions can provide a natural platform for connection. These shared experiences can foster connections based on mutual interests. Now let's draw inspiration from a couple of personal stories who have successfully overcome isolation. Take for instance the renowned actor Emma Watson. Despite her introverted nature, she has shared how she learned to embrace her uniqueness and find her voice in the spotlight. Her journey serves as a reminder that we can thrive even as introverts by staying true to ourselves. Another example I can give you is the late comedian and actor Robin Williams. Despite his incredible talent for making others laugh, he battled with his own demons of loneliness and isolation. His story reminds us that we can never truly know what someone is actually going through, even those who seem to radiate joy. It emphasizes the importance of compassion and reaching out to others who may be silently struggling. Guys, overcoming barriers to connection is a journey. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes self-compassion. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your progress. And remember that every small step counts towards creating meaningful connections. So, my friends, take what you have learned today, embrace the strategies that resonate with you, and never forget the incredible strength that lies within you. Alright guys, we have reached the very end of an incredible journey of 20 wholesome episodes on the Root Hack podcast. This is not an easy journey by any means because a solo podcast in self-help context requires a lot of planning, tons of writing and scripting, hours and days of thorough research, fucking up recordings to getting them right in one go, multiple retakes, and everything in between. At the initial stage of the podcast, I had one goal in mind. And the goal was to somehow record 20 episodes consistently. And I'm so glad and humbled that I pushed myself to my limits and got this done. Along the way, I was able to secure a supportive community whom I consider friends, who commented and liked every single post, sent personal messages, encouraged me, and supported throughout. I want you to know that I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and also I'm humbled. Anyways, I want you to know that the journey does not end here. I can't and I won't promise too much, but you will continue to see more of this shit I talked here in different formats. So stay connected with me and let's continue to grow together. The links to my socials can be found on my link tree. Search for linktr.ee/RUSHENWICK. That is linktree/Rushenwick, and you will find my entire work portfolio. And also these links will be in the description down below, so go check them out. Alright, so it's time to wrap this up for now. If you're still listening to this, you are a real one, and I truly appreciate you. So stay rooted, stay authentic, and keep hacking away at the barriers that hold you back. I will catch you in the future with brand new, unfiltered, raw content. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of each other. Peace.